In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to set up a complete product development workflow in Trello, from creating your first board all the way through to shipping a finished feature. Trello is one of the most flexible project management tools out there, and when you structure it properly, it becomes a powerful engine for keeping your team aligned and your development process transparent. If you find this helpful, please like and subscribe, and let's get started. First, you'll want to set up your board and lists. Open Trello and navigate to your workspace. That's the overarching container for all your projects. Click the button to create a new board and give it a name that clearly identifies your product or team, something like product development or feature tracker. What we're going to do here is map out the full life cycle of your product development. And the key is to think in terms of stages that reflect how work actually flows through your team. A standard Agile or product workflow typically includes 5 core lists. Start with a backlog list. This is where every idea, bug fix, or feature request lives before it's been prioritized. It's your holding area for anything that might eventually get built. Next, create a sprint or up next list. This is for the approved features that have been scheduled for the current sprint cycle or for immediate development. The important thing here is that items in this list are committed. They've been discussed, estimated, and prioritized. Then you'll want an in-progress or design list. This is where tasks go when a developer or designer is actively working on them. Having a dedicated list for active work prevents ambiguity and helps everyone see what's being tackled right now. After that, add a testing or QA list. Once a feature is built, it moves here for quality assurance, user testing, and peer review before it ever reaches your customers. And finally, create a launched or done list. This is where completed and shipped features live. You can think of this as your team's trophy case. It gives you a visual sense of accomplishment and makes it easy to track what's gone out. One best practice tip: keep your list names consistent across all your boards so team members can navigate any project without confusion. A common pitfall to avoid is having too many lists. Stick to these 5 stages for now. You can always add more later, but starting simple keeps the workflow clear and manageable. Once your lists are in place, it's time to configure your product cards. Click the Add a Card button at the bottom of any list to create a task for each feature or requirement. Think of a card as a container for all the information about that single piece of work. Give it a descriptive title, something like User Login with Google OAuth or Homepage Redesign, so anyone on the team immediately knows what it is. Then click into the card to build out the specific details. The first thing I always do is add a checklist. Checklists are your secret weapon for breaking down a large feature into smaller, actionable steps. For example, you might list out the design phase, the API integrations needed, the front-end implementation, and the testing requirements. Each checklist item can be assigned to a specific person and marked off as it's completed, giving you a clear progress indicator right inside the card. Next, use labels. Trello's labeling system lets you color-code your cards based on priority or feature type. I recommend creating labels for priority levels like high, medium, and low, and separate labels for the type of work, such as back-end, front-end, and UI/UX. This way, when you look at your board, you can instantly see which high-priority back-end tasks are in progress or which UI changes are waiting in testing. The color coding becomes a visual language that speeds up decision-making. Finally, take advantage of attachments. Upload wireframes, mock-ups, or technical specification documents directly to the card. Having these files attached to the card means no one has to go searching through emails or shared drives for the latest design comp or API spec. It all lives in one place, attached to the task itself. A common mistake I see is people leaving cards bare, just a title and nothing else. That creates confusion and forces team members to ask for context. By investing a minute or two to fill out the checklist, labels, and attachments, you turn a simple card into a rich, actionable task that anyone can pick up and run with. So let's recap what you've built. You've created a Trello board that models your entire product development lifecycle, from backlog to launch. You've structured it with clear, logical lists that mirror how your team actually works. And you've populated those lists with richly detailed cards that contain checklists, color-coded labels, and all the supporting documents your team needs. This setup brings a huge benefit. It gives you and your team real-time visibility into where every feature is in the pipeline, reduces the need for status update meetings, and makes it easy to prioritize and reprioritize as new information comes in. As a next step, I'd encourage you to explore Trello's power-ups, things like calendar view for tracking deadlines or a GitHub integration for linking code commits directly to cards. And if you ever feel like your board is getting cluttered, don't hesitate to archive completed cards in your launched list to keep things clean. Thanks so much for watching. If this helped you get your product workflow organized, consider saving the video so you can reference these steps whenever you set up a new board. I'll see you in the next one.